All right, hello, everybody. My name is Passionate, and welcome to the Scrubs of Southtown, KOF podcast, where we just talk about the good times, the good stuff, the stuff we hate. I don't know, anything at all, whatever comes to mind. I'm joined here today with my co-host, SycoticFatBoi.
Yo, what up, everyone? See y'all around again.
Yeah, he's joining us again for the third time. Appreciate you holding down the fort with me, homie. And joined today with our special guest, Decepticon Swag.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you here too, man. It's been cool getting to know you over the past few months through the tournament series we've been competing in together. We've been playing the Come Up. For those of you listening at home, it was started by Battle Spectrum, and he started pitting all the beginners together, making everyone hungry. It made me mad hype.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man, it was nice to see you join all the tournaments and all this stuff. Like, to be honest, man, like every time I see you play, you are improving. Like, KOF it could be quite a hard game to get into, man. Like, it's like fundamentally, it does take a while to get like good at. It definitely takes like a year to two. I will say, depending on the time you put onto it, but it's really nice to see you like keeping it up and practicing on all that good stuff. So yeah, man, like by 15 comes out, I think like going like a year or two, I'm pretty sure you'll be killing it, man.
Appreciate it. That's the plan. That's the goal.
Yeah, that King and Vanessa is starting to kind of piss me off. Not gonna lie, low key. I'm starting to get scared. Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. Like every time you show up, like at a fight or something like that, when we're playing together, even if it's just casuals, right? You're always bringing something new. Like, all right, I can't do that anymore. Like, he's stopping that. That's good shit. Oh, that's kind of why I'm an asshole to a lot of people when I first start playing and I do random DPs. It's because it's like, hey, I could put up a wall right here. Like, watch out real quick. You know, and you learn. And you've taken that shit and ran a mile with it, like putting me in sweat and shoes.
That's what I be shooting for. Whenever I play somebody, I want them to actually like, if I can make you try even a little bit more than you normally would, then I know like, okay, I'm doing something. Like I go in, I have a goal. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to get this person to do something. Or I want them to make a mistake, or I want something. I'm trying to get something out of it. Instead of just, I won the match. It's like, well, what did I learn from it? You know? So try to have some type of goal for myself when I'm playing. Even if it's for fun, just practice stuff.
Yeah, having a goal when you go into a match is like super important. I was just talking to people about that today. Like you can go into a match like against someone who's like 10 times, 15 times better than you, and you can't learn shit because you're so far behind. Like you don't even know what questions to ask, you know? And like putting yourself in that situation over and over is the only way you're going to discover that. Or if you smarten up, wise up, and have someone like Fatboy being like, hey, listen, stupid.
And make me sound like a savage here and shit.
Hey, you know, Fatboy's not a true savage when he's training me, but I do absolutely like to villainize him a little bit. It makes me feel a little better about myself when
He's the problem.
No, he's not the problem. He's the solution. I'm just working through it. Salt's got to go somewhere, you know. It has to happen. Keep it in light, playful fun.
Whatever tickles your pickle makes you feel healthy. I'm all for it, man.
Oh
as long
man,
as we accomplish the goal.
No tickling pickles mid match, please. That would be a very bad, very bad show, Grace. That'd be one way to throw off your opponent. What's the rules against that, right?
Just make eye contact the entire time.
Just make eye contact, tickle it like half a second.
Or some shit, or I don't
know. What's the psychological damage of like just staring at someone's crotch for a minute before the match starts? Like on a scale of 1 to 10. Like
it depends who you're fighting, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. Can you imagine having to stare down with pork chop?
Oh, he's into it. See, you know, he's one of those.
Yeah, he's here for it. He's here for that, I think. Oh man. He would have a stare down hardcore. But man, so one of the things I wanted to brush up on today is like I feel that with KOF 15 coming up in the horizon, there's going to be a lot of players who are either trying to get back into it. Like I've even seen a bunch of names I haven't seen before on Steam in just random lobbies everywhere. I've played 15, 16 new people in the last like 3 days, and that's a lot for KOF, you know? Like,
holy shit.
Yeah. There's no instant queue up. It's just, I mean, some are from Mexico, some are from Canada, but like they're new people. So,
Right.
I want to see like where this is gonna go, like how it's gonna like rise up and stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? What do you think we can do to kind of like help those people who are coming in just like stay up, keep playing?
I don't know. Just tell them beat it, kid. You're not welcome to
Damn.
part of the community.
That's a little opposite.
But just for fucking around and shit like that, put all that stuff to the side. But I think what we're doing right now, which is good, right? We're throwing these beginner tournaments. You know, we're banning these kids like left and right. It's like, hey, you know, beat it. You know, come back for the champ. But, you know, just go practice up at your friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to like have a place where like they could like level up, test their growth, then like see where we could put them, throw more casuals. I think like, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's be a lot of people throwing more lobbies up, right? So there'll be getting like a tons of practice. But I think like what we need to do is, you know how like if we're getting like a bunch of new people, right? Like what I want to do is like have like exhibition matches in a way. Like, I guess like I wasn't consistent. I should have been consistent streaming and been putting like these kind of things together. You know how I was doing the first of 5 for a little bit. Like then like as I start getting more interest, people interested to my stream, people will be like showing up, and I could like be like putting these matches together. Like, oh, here's Nate, then all of a sudden like here's freaking Party Barge, and you know I'm gonna have them play a first to 5. Then there's like a freaking new guy down the block, and he's leveling up. Then like, oh shit, hey, Decepy's on. Do you guys want to fuck each other up, beat each other's assholes on stream? You know, just to entertain. So that way I could get people to play each other around each other's level, even if you know maybe they're not too far apart. You get what I'm saying? I don't want them to be like getting squashed like too hard. Like maybe getting squashed a little bit at the same time. They're like, okay, I think I seen like the little mistakes or something like that. Or what I could do is like I could help them out, talk them through. Maybe we could get another rematch, see if they could like you could recreate the situation for them, or you know maybe they'll find the same situation. Like, oh, maybe I have an answer, and they have like a chance to actually like counter react what you're doing. Because like I feel like when you start playing like these layers of mind games against like people who are just way above you, you get what I'm saying? Like they're gonna have layers of like reads and conditioning, which may make it harder for the new player to test out these, you know, hypotheses and shit like that they've been thinking about for like the past week or two, trying to get back at you, you know. So if they keep playing someone like a freaking Violent Kane and shit, well, shit,
you would never get a chance to do it.
Yeah, because when I do something, he's gonna have an answer for it, because he's gonna think that like, okay, he's seen this once. I'm gonna see if he picks it up, and if I have a feeling, then I'm gonna answer with like answer B or C, right? Then he guessed right, I fucked up, and he hit me again, and it's gonna put me in a loop. So like that's why like it really comes into play when you put someone like at closer to each other's level, because mind games it definitely plays a huge part, and playing against someone else who is way higher than you, like, dude, the conditioning and everything, it's a lot like more overwhelming, I would say.
For sure, yeah. I feel like to me though, I noticed this when I got into KOF, and I still see it. It's like a stigma with KOF that it's like super hardcore, difficult, and like damn near impossible to get into. And I understand why it has that. Like it is difficult. Like I tell people all the time, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, it's super easy. No, it's difficult, but it's not impossible. Like it's not like, oh, you gotta be 5 brain to play this game. It's like, no, you can get into it. You just have to get used to like the nuances, like running and stuff like that. So whenever I see people, whether it's on Twitter or in streams and stuff, and they ask about KOF, and a lot of times they be like, well, I saw KOF, I saw so and so or Juicebox or someone playing it, and it looked fun, but I don't know if I could play it. It looks hard. I'll reply to them like, it's difficult, but it is fun. And you know, if you find the right characters you enjoy and you just give it a try, like I think you would like it. You know, just encouraging people to at least give the game a shot, I feel like is very important. Like both retaining people that's playing it, and then also showing people like, hey, it's playable. Like you can play the game. Like you don't have to be no Evo champion combo breaker super professional player to play KOF. Like you can pick up the game and learn it. Like it's fun. Like so, I think once people realize that and they see it, then they'll start picking up. And I think with KOF 15, especially having rollback and all the lobby systems and whatnot, people are seeing it like, I'm gonna give it a chance and blah blah blah. Because I've been seeing in comments and reaction videos and streams, people are like getting into it. So now on the way to KOF 15, I think is super important for us, people in the community, to get ready and show people resources and things like that, that they can, if you have questions, here's so and so Discord, here's a post here, here's a guide there, here's videos. Show them that there are resources to help them and nurture that, like you were saying, FatBoi, people around their level, so that way they don't feel squashed. Because you can't learn nothing playing against a high level player. Like, you're getting squashed. It's just, you're not gonna learn too much versus playing someone your level. So yeah.
It really, I guess it's like really depends on how you see it. Like you play against high level players, you can see what they take, but it's just like being able to like understand how they're doing it. Like another thing too, like when you play against high level players, like you kind of want to like talk to them about like their decision making, because like you're gonna try to do what they want to do and all that stuff, but all of a sudden it's like, how did they like make it work? That's the one thing, right? And that's another thing about playing against like someone at your level, because like you get to test things like a little bit more freely, instead of like, I just have to worry, it's like, because this guy read me like 80% and everything I do, like I only like unsuccessfully won like 20% of the interaction. You get one. Being able to find someone like at a different level that you learn from playing against a good player and see how they implement it in the match and see what you could get off of it. Like, no wonder he's doing it like this in this situation, because it stops option A and B.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just like eventually picking up stuff like that when you start trying it against like someone who's not gonna squash you. So you actually get to see how he's reacting to it and like and what's going through his mind, right? So you're taking little information at the same time. So that's why it's important to, like I say, play everyone at all levels. But you only can learn to a certain extent, and when you play against a high level. But then at the same time, when you start playing against someone who's a little bit above you, you can see how it works against them. Has it improved your game? Play someone at your level, which is your rival, and see like if it will give you that edge. Then if you play against someone who is like a slightly lower level, it's just practicing what you learn and executing it. And that's how I figured out like how I learn when I play against like different level of players. You get what I'm saying? Because that's how I think, because it allowed me to like feel how good this tech is or whatnot, right?
Yeah, like playing a high level player lets you see like how far something can go. Like you could pick up a character and be like, oh, this character sucks, and then you play someone else that's a higher level than you, and they're doing crazy shit. They're doing all types of things. You're like, oh, so this is what that character do, or this is how you can get you can get stuff out of it, like tech or ideas or potential of a character. It's just like, as you said, like it does help for newer players to play people their level, so they can at least test it out. Because against a high level player, you're not gonna get a chance to. You might like, get one moment to try it, and that's it.
Yeah, because when you play against a high level player, it's like you're playing like at a point where like, how can I condition this guy to make this work? You get what I'm saying? So there's these layers of mind games that like you have to start implementing as you play throughout the matches to condition them to make these things work, or how to set things up. Yet again, like trying to like win, the neutral game itself, it's already like, a hard battle itself, right? Then to implement these certain things when you have the advantage too, and how you're gonna mix it up, totally different. Because like I said, like just the level of like each player and the way how they condition each other to make these certain things work and land.
Yeah, and the different levels of players, like when you're fighting a player who's around your skill level, you guys could be different skill levels in, like, let's say, well, KOF specifically, like 14 has really good rolls. Like rolls are a good option unless you're building your offense to deal with it. So if your offense ignores rolls in the corner, you're going to have people roll out a lot more often. versus, you know, someone who decided I'm not going to go for the optimal combo and I'm going to set up with a safe jump into a grab, and if they block it, I get 1-2 steps forward. Like the micro decision there, just to set yourself a little bit more safe, is a huge difference between, you know, oh, my standee is good, or like, oh, I know I should roll out of this situation. Like when you're learning little bits, like you need to find people who are also like working at that point, like, you know, because like if you're good at taking care of someone who's trying to roll all the time, then you're going to, when you fight a stronger player, have that part of that skill tree set up. So like just because a player is always making a bad decision or making things that definitely should be punished, that you might be just missing, you know, that's exactly why you're there, you know, to learn to deal with that kind of crazy when it hits you in tournament.
For sure. Yeah, it's wow, like I never really sat back and just thought about like all of the decisions I'm making when I'm playing you all. Like I'm really thinking about it. Like when I play Nate and I see Benny Maru, I'm like, okay, I gotta be careful. He has the slash, but I don't want to walk away too much because I gotta be in range because I'm playing Vanessa and I still gotta get close to him. But then if I jump in, then he's gonna do this, but I gotta do it's so much. Like I never really just sat back and really like thought about from beginning to end round how many decisions you're making.
Yeah, no, that's why
holy shit.
you got to figure out, can my team 2 touch? Can my team 3 touch? Like, what's my
How
game
much
plan
bar
if they
do I
decide?
have?
Exactly.
What
Like,
character am I? Am I second character? Am I an anchor? How many characters does he have?
and the more
What's
you
the life
play,
lead?
dude, the more you play, you even get into like, okay, cool. So I technically lost my game plan where I'm supposed to stack 3 bars on this character coming in.
Yeah, that too.
And
like
stuff, and then you
condition,
learn
all
to
that.
adjust. Like you learn, like, all right, I need to get 3 hits before I go for my offense because I'm gonna have to bait first and other stuff. Like you get into this like back and forth chess match.
You said fuck that blonde fuck. That's my decision.
Damn. Yeah. Elky's going wild in the chat. I've been kind of ignoring him. I feel he's trying to test us right now, you know, but
Oh goodness,
keeps talking about his scrotum in my chat. It's man's wild. We're the Scrubs of Southtown, not the I don't know. I thought I would think of something better. Yeah, Uncle Elky.
He just wants you to notice him, senpai.
He's noticed, sir. Yeah, but what were we talking about? Yeah, but like all the mental decisions that you have to make in a match and like build up to, that takes time, right? Like there's people who just need to learn. Like you can't explain some of that stuff to people. Like you have to tell them stand B is a good button. Use this when you think they're gonna jump, and just leave it at that and walk away sometimes. You know what I mean?
The fact that there's like 3 jumps alone fucks me up. Like when I got into KOF and they were like, yeah, you have the hyper hop and your super jump and then you got your short hop. I'm like, huh? What is these jumps? And they're like, well, this beats that, but then that loses to this. But then if you do this while doing that, then that beats that. But if you hyper hop here, but if you just, it's like having to understand and make decisions sometimes on the fly. Like a split-second decision it's difficult, but I enjoy it. I like the little battles. Like hell, even us just like fighting for spacing where we're shimmying left and right and jumping around and jump CDing, just trying to tag the other person because you know that's big. Like it could seem simple to somebody that don't know what's happening, but if I tag you just with a jump CD and I get like you're on the ground, you get knocked down for a moment, I'm running up to you. Now it's time to guess. Am I going for an overhead? Am I gonna grab you? Am I gonna like dash up, dash back to fake you out? Hope you press a button. Like it's so many little nuances going on. Even before we start like throwing punches, we're just moving around and jumping around. And I really enjoy that. Just that alone. Here we go. 4 jumps. Yeah, whatever. Blah blah blah. 4 jumps. Yes. well,
hey,
actually,
you know, it's technically right, but you know, fuck them.
But it's things like that makes it fun. Like it just depends on the person's outlook. It's like if you get beat by someone better than you or even somewhat your level, like you can either get upset about it and put yourself down, or you could take away from like, okay, what did I do wrong, but more importantly, what did I do right? What did I accomplish? What did I make them do that they probably didn't want to do? Did I make that person have to spend that meter that they probably didn't want to have to spend? Because that can be important too.
Yeah, that
Like making
comes so
someone
much more
spend it.
clear too when you
Yeah.
start making a plan. Like if let's say just my game plan starts, I'm Alice and I'm going to pick
Mhm.
a random like dice roll of like what button's going to come out, right? And I end up with jump forward C, right? Let me approach
Right.
my opponent and put a button out, right? Does that work to my success? Do I get hit? I have to do that 10, 15, 20 times. Just as my rounds start, that's what I've decided. Like, I'm going to see if this is a good plan. And then from going through like trial and error, like, all right, let's try a different button. Let's try not to approach. Let's try to do this. Let's try to do that. You slowly start to see different stuff. Like, and your problems become more complex, and they become more targeted, because those are the things that will actually help you when you ask a player, like, how do I get good? They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you play a lot of the
Yep.
game. But if you go, man, I have a problem when I'm blocking Iori, he knocks me down and then he jumps over me and kicks me in the head with a taco kick. Like, I can't deal with this situation and I've tried everything. All right, whatever, we can go into the Sajam has talked about this before, but the long story short here is, like, that person over time builds those targeted questions, and whether they do something right or wrong with the situation, right? Like, you choose to say fucking Shune's busted because he can DP after he does shoulder and I'm spaced out, I can't punish that shit, or
Right.
you could be like, all right, he's spaced out after shoulder, if he DPs, like, the risk of blocking a DP is a lot lower than eating a DP. So let me block and see what happens. Oh, he got a jump. Okay, he might be conditioning me, but I could still run backwards. Like, you still have space behind you. Like, there's so many different layers that eventually start working their way together when you're trying to build your plan. And that's so hard to get to. But I'm so glad this community has been here to, like, really help me in particular. I can't speak for everyone else, but I've heard nothing but good things, of just getting in the right mindset and being able to make those targeted questions, like, shout outs to
For
everyone
sure.
at home.
Yeah, shout out to everybody. Very helpful for me, especially. Let me see. I'm trying to think. I got into KOF about late 2019. Like, I've had the game for a while, KOF 14 and the other ones, because they were on sale. So I was like, I'll pick it up and play whenever. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna actually try to learn it, because at that time I didn't have a game that I was like hardcore one to compete in. Everything I was just playing for fun. And I was like, you know what? I like fighting games. I actually want to compete. Like, this is something I really want to do. And so I was like, KOF is gonna be the one. Late 2019. From then on, uh, has been a journey. Getting whooped constantly from 14, and then 2002 had that, what was it, the beta for rollback.
Yeah.
I got into that, and then that helped a lot with learning like spacing and learning all the different jumps and getting used to just overall how KF works. Just with running in general, I had to get used to that, because I wasn't so used to that, just running around. And then once I got used to that, I went back to 14, and from then on, just every tournament I can compete in, I joined it. Didn't matter if it was beginners or if it was open to everybody. And I see Violent Kane, and I was like, that's a cool name. Let me YouTube him. I saw, oh, he competes a lot.
It's
I
one
was
of the
like, oh,
gods within North America, man.
bro. I was like, oh, cool. And I remember someone was like, oh, Decepy got to fight Violent Kane. Good luck. I was like, huh? What's the issue? I was like, oh, that's why. But hey,
So your
you
first
know,
match was against Violent Kane too? Like, first tournament match?
a lot of my tournaments was against Violent Kane or people that compete.
That's funny,
So
dude, because
That's so
Sanchez
unlucky.
pit me against Violent Kane for my first match at KOF too. Like, I've never even popped out of training mode. Sanchez just goes, come in, get this tournament experience. It's like, I've never fought in a match. And he
Yep.
goes, come in, just play. And first
Yep.
match, Violent Kane. I'm like, what in the fuck?
Yep,
I
it
got
was
a
like
character. I got a character. But still, still, that's not, I mean.
Yep. Like with Rome when he did the KOF 2002 tournaments. Those were my first tournaments, like those, and I think the one Party Barge did, those were my first ones. So I was facing people that had years of experience, like decade almost. And me, I just picked the game up and don't even know. I can't even do like a combo because I didn't even know how to do like, like into a normal and things like that or cancel. So I'm struggling. And they're like, all right, you going against Violent Kane. I'm like, all right, cool. Round one, just dead. I'm like, I see. I see the ceiling. I see where this can go. And I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest. Was I salty? You damn fucking right I was upset. I was like, why the fuck am I playing this person? But I calmed down, which is normal. You get mad. That's I calmed down. I looked up videos about him. I realized he put in the work, so it makes sense why he's this fucking good. Instead of getting salty and quitting the game, I just made it my obsession. Started looking up forums, joining discords, asking questions, going to people's streams, watching YouTube, practicing, like anything I could do to improve myself. I have done it twice over. And am I at where I want to be? No, but I'm getting there. So I'm making progress. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And that's another thing why we had, like, I hope KOF like takes off, right? KOF 15, I mean, because like you said, like, there's just like with KOF, like as it is right now, you're just pretty much playing against people who are mainly experienced. Like finding
Right.
people who are around like lower level to like, I think in all areas, like I guess like from like I guess you could say like what intermediate and below, there's not a huge amount of you guys.
No.
But like from like intermediate to advanced and to like very good, well, yeah, I say intermediate to advanced, you can find a decent amount on PlayStation. And then like, of course you got like the killers like Violent Kane, which he streams and his stuff is open. Like if you could get in, he'll let you come in. So if you're looking for like a top player to play, you guys listening out there, you want to play against one of North American's gods, you got Violent Kane. He has public rooms. Check out his stream. Shout out to that guy. You can hop in and get your ass beat, and then see what top level KOF is about, even at a casual like top level KOF player. But you don't see a lot of those. So I'm just saying, if you want to play someone at that level, he's a godsend. Thank God that he streams and freaking plays with the community, which is nice.
Yeah.
But then like around our level, like I guess like from like intermediate and I guess like beginning to intermediate, I feel like right as now you have to set up these matches. You have to go on Discord. You have to just type it in, make some friends with them. Yeah. And that's why I was hoping like if KOF 15 takes off and online net play is good, not talking about just the netcode alone, because I hope netcode is good and they better not fuck that shit up, because I'm gonna fucking start shooting a school or something.
God damn.
But I was just kidding.
In GTA.
Yep, in GTA. Gonna roleplay that shit out. But I'm hoping that we're gonna have good net play, because if you have good net play, such as playing rank, good casuals room, allow easy access for people just to log in and play, you're gonna get a lot more new people playing this game, and it's definitely gonna help people like level up. People are learning from like beginners to high. Like hope they have a good like ranking system. Like I don't know if Tekken's the best, but Tekken's pretty. I like Tekken's like ranking system. Street Fighter 5, I don't know. I think.
Oh, you don't like the whole silver, super silver, like that?
No, it's cool, but I like Tekken names better, I guess. But
it's cool.
But I mean, it's the same idea. Yeah.
Having titles instead of ranked.
So if you're gonna be at silver, you should be playing against like freaking silver to super silver level. Pretty much. And then you get to gold, you graduated, you're gonna play against gold. So like has something similar to that kind of ranking system, like like the freaking MOBA games to Tekken and even Street Fighter. I just don't want to use Street Fighter because I fucking hate. I love Street Fighter, but I hate Street Fighter right now because they fucking piss me off.
Yeah, Dragon Ball FighterZ has a cool ranking system that I enjoy, because I'm super into Dragon Ball. So like hitting like for someone to hit like Super Saiyan, like to somebody else super high, they'd be like, oh, you only hit Super Saiyan, but to that person, like they hit Super Saiyan rank, and then they can keep going, and like it's enjoyable. It's fun instead of, oh, I hit silver. Now I'm super silver. Like I don't know. It's Street Fighter V's ranking system. I dislike the titles of them because it kind of feels like it's whatever. Okay, cool.
You
Now
guys
you're
didn't
like
try.
a second part of silver. Cool. It's like whatever to me. Personally, that's just me though. When it comes to that,
Yeah, like the names what Tekken did. I think it's a lot
second
cooler.
God and all that, and
Yep.
Vanguard, and yeah, like all them cool. And then they have cool designs attached to them. But as
Yeah,
you were
exactly.
saying about the online, um, people underestimate. I feel like the ease of just being able to go on a game, a fighting game specifically, and hit find match and you get paired with somebody. That is very important. Like, as much as I dislike Street Fighter 5, I know right now if I wanted to, I could turn it on and go to rank and find somebody like that. Now it may not be somebody I want to fight, but
Yeah, right.
you're gonna get a match guaranteed, for better or worse. And the whole hassle of like, okay, let me join a Discord, let me add somebody, or our game don't even have good online. All right, cool. Let me download Parsec. Can you host? No. Can you host? No. I can host. It's the connect. Like it's so much planning and organizing that I hate. I hate it. Like it's
Yeah,
very
exactly.
annoying to me. So that's why I'd be like, when I stream, I'd be like, well, the games I like, online sucks. Like I can't play the games really I want, like because it's not that great. But hopefully, Halo 15 fixes that. It's like if it can nail just that one thing is all I need. If the online is great, then everything else I feel like could fall into place,
Yeah,
and like
exactly.
it'll be easier. It'll be so much easier to get people to play. Because if the online is bad, it's like there are people already think KOF is impossible to get into. Now the online is trash. So then it's like, why would I get into it? It's like honestly, I can't even blame you for not giving it a try.
Yeah, I
Like
think we're the
I
crazy
can't be
ones
mad.
for picking up this game and being like, yeah, we'll play through this netcode, no problem. Just play through. It's like a playing golf in a rainstorm or some shit. You know
It's
what I
like
mean?
join us, join
Yeah.
us.
Join the
Everything's
That's
self-loathing.
fine.
true. That's why I don't play KOF 14 as much as I like as I should, because it's definitely that's definitely like one thing. Like even like despite like having to like make a lobby then wait, like there's not a lot of people playing. It's like
Yeah,
it's pretty dead, right?
it's pretty sad. The last few days I've been trying to find like I don't know. I played I think 30 hours of KOF in the past 4 days. Uh and alls I was doing was like playing with friends, and then when my friends got bored, I just hopped in a lobby or like I hit someone up. Like I was just like, let's keep playing. Like I don't know, I was on the grind.
Just
But
fiending like
yeah, just
somebody play
fiending.
me.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. Like I had that for KOF and even Dragon Ball last night. I was up to like 5 in the morning just fucking grinding.
Yeah,
God
I don't
same
know,
with
damn.
Dragon
man.
Ball. You can find a you can it's
Yeah, if
I
you can
don't
find a good connection in Dragon Ball and you can play that person for a while, it's good. But you know, like that comes into the same thing, right? Like you finally find a connection that's good, but this person's like 3, 4, 5 levels past what you're doing, you know? Like I've
yeah.
obviously got some neutral to learn before I can even figure out how to get out of his offense, because the answer is don't be there. You know, like, and there you got to hit the lab for that shit, and then it's like, man, now I got to wait for like fucking roll the dice for another connection, and it's just like, you know, you
Yeah.
shouldn't have
Like
to
I
build a Rolodex to play a fighting game.
like I'll give KOF 14 credit towards this. As much as, people had their gripes with it. They don't like maybe how the game plays or the online, obviously. The lobby system, to me, is one of the best ever. The fact that you have all these different little pods and people can split off and do their own thing, and then you can switch like, oh well, I want all these to be elimination, or I want all these to be tourney, or I want all these to be like King of the Hill, or the reverse or whatever. Like it's cool. Not a lot of fighting games have that. So that's dope. Like when me and my friends play who aren't into KOF like that, and they saw it, they were like, "Oh, this is good. Like this is really cool. Like why don't other games have this?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is dope. The online is hot ass, but this part they nailed this. Like I'll give them credit. They nailed lobby system to me. That's great. Just roll that over into 15, which looks like they're doing,
Yeah,
and
just roll
adding
that
draft
shit
mode.
back. Roll that shit
Yeah,
back.
just roll it back. Yeah, and then they're putting draft mode, so that's gonna be even more fun. Like they have that. We just need, we just need the online. We can complain about gameplay later. We can complain about I don't like this frames of this move. I don't care about that.
Chris CD's
Is it
bullshit.
is it playable? can I even play the game online is my question. To hell with the other stuff. Let's get to step one. After we get to step one, and it's like, yeah, online is great. Okay, now we can all start complaining about Chris Jump CD. Now we can all complain about all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get to that part. Because I feel like if
these players just need some easy access, right? Like, just like a hop on, play Gucci, ready to learn.
Even if they don't want to be super into the game, like compete, just casuals. Just getting casual people to play the game casually will be great. It would help. It would help so much. Because the people playing KOF right now, and correct me if I'm wrong, pretty much most people playing KOF 14 right now are people that are like grinding to be good at the game. I don't see people hopping on just to say, oh, you know what? I feel like playing a casual game of KOF just for fun.
Unless they have already done all that work too.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
For that too. Like the only ones who are like quote unquote casuals are the same people who would call themselves washed up, you know, but they're not really. They just haven't been playing
like
the game.
People who have played KOF before, like they're not brand new to the series. Yeah, exactly. No one is doing that. That's brand new. Like, you know what? I want to play KOF. No one is doing that.
And that's why I love this shit. It's like there's some serious love here for what it is. Like it's definitely something special. Definitely. Like there's something different about the way that I see people talk about KOF, share the stuff that they do, like fight and compete in matches. Like I see the similar stuff in like the Dragon Ball scene, right? But it doesn't feel like as open and tight-knit as at least what I've experienced. But I mean, I know all communities have, you know, different bits and pieces of it, but you know what I mean? Like I've had every positive experience, or every experience I've had has pretty much been positive when it comes from like, let me talk to someone about matches, let me ask someone about info. Like someone whooped my ass for like 45 minutes and I was like, yo, what the fuck do I do about that jump CD? And they're like, oh, here's an essay, here's a video, here's this, which would all be too much for someone else, you know? Yeah, exactly. Which would be too much for someone who's like, oh shit, like I'm just trying to, like, I'm gonna re-download League of Legends after that. Like, I don't want to go into this thesis of fighting, but I mean, you know, it's what you're choosing to do. You're choosing to fight, and the further you go up, you gotta be able to throw.
One does not simply block.
Yeah, exactly. One does not simply block.
It's a philosophy of a fighting game and stuff. What does it mean to block? Yeah, sometimes it could be too much for a casual person, or just someone that just wanted a quick answer, like, how do I stop this? Well, here's how you stop it, but what are you gonna do after? It's like, bro, I don't care. I just wanted to stop it. I don't need the next 10 steps. I just want to get to the first one. So it can be overwhelming.
When they, that's one thing, like how people should actually like consider learning, because I feel like when some people teach people KOF, because there's so many like little information in the game. Like I don't really talk about, like when I play against like people who are low level and just got into the game, I don't even talk about condition. I'm talking about like, I try to teach them, I give them an insight on, I'll give you like an answer, but I hope that you could learn a little bit more your character, because I'm not a specialist for every character. I'm not gonna find every single answer for you, but I try to give them an idea and how I learn things, how I approach things, and just take it like small steps at a time, and just like, oh, maybe I could find something similar with this character's answer A. Maybe I could find it, like for example with Mary or someone else, or just something they need to learn fundamentally, like, oh, this is a fundamental answer for this situation. Just give them basic answers, but also like leave room where they could figure it out themselves. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's how I try to teach Nate. I don't because I want him to be able to pick things up himself and figure things out himself, and watch other players and do his own research, because fuck that, I'm not gonna do your research, man.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
I'm already helping you out enough.
Yeah, no, I agree. You should give me homework, or at least show me that, you know, teach me how to fish, and then I'll start fishing up 100 fish, and I'll be like, hey, how do I fish this better? I'll get a more targeted question, you know? Mm-hmm. Like start using Stan B, you know. But I'll give a perfect example for those at home. I'll make it mad quick, but I haven't been using Stan B in neutral as much as I should have been, and that was one of the things that FatBoi has told me for 3 tournaments in a row that I've not fixed. So instead of working on my OSs, instead of working on my combos, instead of working on anything else in particular, I worked on what is stand B for these characters? What other characters have similar hitboxes that take this? Like, I took some serious time to give the respect to what he was telling me, to like really think. And I go, okay,
Right.
when I hit him with the stand B, I whiff on crouchers a lot, yeah, but that's the trade-off, right? You stop them from jumping, but if you've conditioned them to crouch, you can continue their pressure, and you won't get there, and you won't even like have that realization until you start stand being and see what they're doing and being aware of what you're doing to people, which is what FatBoi has slowly, I think, been trying to tell me over time. But none of it's made sense because it's just been, here, do your homework, and I have it, or here, do your homework, and I have it. And it's like, you can put in the work and you can start seeing it. But anyway, but that was my little anecdote.
Well, yeah, like I want to give you enough information, because like I feel like if I overwhelm you with so much knowledge, like literally like explaining like the fundamentals of KOF and how to approach things, it could be like a freaking mini college class course in a way.
Yeah,
like you're throwing them like half the book at them already. It's like, nah, like I just want to see like where you have like the most troubles, or something you want to talk about, where you want to improve in your game. And that's where I just keep it simple. I'm gonna give you these answers. I'm gonna tell you like what my thought process when I'm in a similar situation, and I just give them like basic things, because that way, like as they keep playing, they're gonna start seeing these things, and then when they talk about it again, it's like, yeah, I noticed that. It's like, yeah, so now when you hit them with answer A was a good option. Just like, it's just when and where to use it, like even if it's just like a split second too late, but it was a good option, you fucked up. So how can you put yourself in the similar situation, but be able to hit the button at the right time to actually make it to your advantage and stuff like that. So try to keep one subject to them, but keep it simple. And like I just explained to the way where if this guy's really like wants to learn, he's gonna figure it out. Oh, yeah, exactly.
You don't want to overwhelm them and push it on them. Like when me and my friends play, a lot of them either don't play fighting games or don't play the ones I play, like KOF. They might play Tekken or other Mortal Kombat or MOBAs. So when we play KOF, they'll pick their characters and stuff. And obviously, I'm not an expert at KOF, but I know enough, just the basics. And if they do something, I'll let them ask me like, hey, Decepy, what do I do in this? Or what can I do to stop that? And I'll tell them, and that's it. I won't go no further. I won't be like, well, what you should have done is this, or what you should have done is that, or when he's knocked down, do this, da, da, da. If they ask me, I'll tell them, and then I'll just go from there. We'll just play. I'll just let them play each other. And then I want them, if they're interested enough, come to me or ask me like, hey, where can I find videos on this character and stuff like that? Because if I start laying on layers of like, oh, well, you see, when you do this uses this amount of bar, but then you can cancel into your max cancel, and then you can climax. It's like, that's too much. It's too much for any fighting game. It's
because like it's part of learning the those kind of stuff on your own is kind of part of the fun.
It's part of fun. Like, I'm spoiling it. I'm just ruining it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to fucking backseat game. Like, if you have a question, I'm cool with answering it, but I'm not gonna tell you everything. I'm not gonna tell you shit. I'm gonna keep beating your ass until you ask me a question.
Exactly.
If you don't ask me, I'm gonna keep doing it. That's why I told him I'm not gonna say shit. If you don't ask it,
you didn't learn from it.
No.
Fuck it, dude. I'm keep doing it.
So like, why do you keep doing this? I'm like, shit. I have no problem telling you how to stop it, but you ain't open your mouth, and I ain't gonna say nothing. Why would I tell you?
That is one big thing too, is learning to ask questions. Like, I didn't even recently start doing it until now. Well, I mean, I ask questions all the time, but I didn't start doing it mid-match until very recently. Like, I'll have matches with Caustic, and me and him there'll be some like neutral interaction that I lost, and then I'm like mental stunned for the rest of it, because I'm like so pissed, because I'm like, fuck, now I have to spend a meter to get out, now I have to do this, now I have to do that. Like, yeah, exactly. So I'm asking like super targeted questions, right? My response, I'm aware of what I did. So I did a crouching B to stop him from hitting me, right? He landed and did a DP. How did I not hit him? So, and that was like my question, and what made me mad, and what got me stunned and put in a situation where I wasn't as ready to react. Like, It's kind of like when a fighter gets punched in the face like really fucking hard and like you start to wobble, you know, like it's like that mental wobble. You like, I'm starting to get a sense for that when I'm doing that to people with Benimaru. That's why my command grabs are getting a little more successful.
Yeah, fuck you, by the way, with those command grabs. Like, I'm getting a little bit more used to it, but yeah, I hate when you do that shit.
Man, I just learned the OS to throw you back in the corner instead of throwing you back to full screen. So we're gonna hopefully have some more fun matches. Yeah. I love that command grab so much.
Happy for you. I'm so happy for you.
But still on that, right? Like it's you find the targeted question, because I was mad that I got thrown into the corner. But what I was really mad about, or what stunned me, is I got thrown into the corner, quote unquote, in my own head, right? Like, but what actually happened was when I went to do an action and he did an action, whatever I was thinking next wasn't going to happen because I'm in hit stun. So it was just like, look, let me just ask directly, like, yo, why did this happen? And he said the words, you keep moving on wake up. And then I just went to the lab only with that information, and then was like, all right, so if I start blocking here, oh, that's why it's hard to roll, because I have to time it perfectly. And if I'm trying to block at the same time as rolling, I might not get it. Okay, this is another thing I found out. Like, you can take these extremely broad general things that you can teach beginners, like, and just tell them, like, stand B when you think they're gonna jump at you. It didn't work? Why didn't it work? Oh, they jumped over it. Oh, so you might need something a little bigger. It sounds like they're standing further away from you than stand B is good for. But what are you in range to do there? And just slowly build up, because that's how it should be. Like, it shouldn't be like, let me go in, like what I did when I first started. Let me watch M-Dash play. Let me build up a bunch of offense and then see if I can pull it off in a match. I went in with like 7 layers of tech in my head with no way to instill it, because I didn't even know how to play neutral. Like,
right.
It man,
got all this information of all these things and concepts, but can't even do the simplest thing. Like,
yeah, if only I could have command grabbed you into burning the frames at the proper rate, into going in with the overhead, and then getting you off of the roll mix up. But oh shit, is jump B a good move to stop someone from jumping at me? Like, you know, it's like there's a huge disconnect, and that's why you need to play a variety of players, is because, like, yeah, I have tech when I'm in, but if you have neutral, I was done. I was over, finito. Like Kevzor, I was so fucking scared because it felt like a wild card. If, like, he got a good read on me, like, he's playing the ode to 2-hit combo until he gets to Iori, but man, that dude's neutral just shut me down because I didn't know how to deal with the wall. Now I'm a little more patient. Now, you know, and these beginner tournament series really got me to that point, like feeling the rivalries between you and me, and between me and Party, and like still Bumba being the one that got away because I wanted to beat him to make the champ, and I'm a little salty I didn't make it, but I'm still happy. Like, once again, I will always say this till the end of time. Yeah. I can't believe how happy I am that Party made it instead of me. I'm glad that he was the one to take me out. You know, it was a very close game and still one of the most fun sets of my life. Shout out to you, Party. My beer's raised. You can't see it, but
yep. Shout out to Party. Now I'm thinking about that come up.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about it. Let's about it. Let's go. That's why we're here, man.
Fuck. All right.
Tell me what you thinking, man.
I'm trying to remember. What was it? Party won, and you came in second. And what? Did I come in third, or?
I think you got fourth.
Or fourth. Who came in third? Was it Blackhand?
I think it was Blackhand.
Yeah,
I'm not. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Blackhand beat me.
Yes. It's Blackhand.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
He's been beating me consistently recently. Like, we're edging out, like, to he having half health and then him smoking me with Iori. Like, it's been coming mad close. He's getting real good. Sorry, but go ahead and continue.
No, you're fine. No. So, I'll admit it. I was extremely salty. Not mad at that I lost, but whenever I lose, I tend to be mad. Not the fact that I lost, but like how I performed. That's always my thing. Like, I'll say, like, damn, I did bad, or damn, I should have done this better. And I have a habit of not giving myself credit in things. Yeah. And then later on that day, I was like, you know what? Let me look at my tournament history, right? I went from getting eliminated right away to being like dead last to like making it to top 5 or like top 8 somewhat consistently now. And I was like, okay, I'm making progress. And I have a habit of focusing on the negative. And I'm trying to do better with that. And like what the come up was at 8, I made a lot of progress. Like I had great matches and stuff. I had a great time and it was fun. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I didn't want to win the whole thing though, because I was like, damn, I was like right there. I was right there too. But you know what? I'm not mad that party won. You and him had a crazy match, has a crazy set. You played your ass off. Black Hand played his ass off. Everybody came to play. Uh, it was fun. It was fun. Like that's all I can say about it. Like it was fun seeing people show up and play their hearts out. It was really enjoyable. Uh, Even like newer people that I hadn't played that much against, like Changso, seeing him play, and then me and Luna. Luna's her Blue Mary scares me. I'm gonna be honest.
Man.
I'm not gonna lie.
Her Blue Mary and
Blue
her
Mary
Leona.
And yeah, her Leona, Blue Mary, when she plays Leona, Leona, Blue Mary, and Sylvie, that's a problem for me. I've gotten used to the Sylvie. It's still an issue, but I know what to expect. It's with Leona and Blue Mary. I'm not used to that. So when she would play it, I'm like, fuck, I'm getting cooked right now. I'm not gonna lie. She's kind of fucking me up right now. I'm not even gonna lie. So that's why like I would switch and go to King first, and I'll just zone her out. Because whenever I do that, that's how you know. And this is a little secret for everybody. If you see me switch to King first, then you have my back against the wall, which I don't like doing that. But I only do that if I need to, and if I want to just zone you out to death and just stock up meter. Because I'm trying to get this over with. I'm trying to like get you out the way, slow your momentum down. I'm like, okay, so and so is starting to pick up momentum. Yep. Call audible. Nope. Going back. King, go out there, zone him out. Just slow the game down. Slow him down. Slow him down. Did they hit me with a super? Am I still alive? Cool. Slow it down, save up the meter, and then just keep going. So yeah, for anybody watching, that's your little secret to playing Decepticon. If I switch to King, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just
if
zone
he
you the fuck
switches
out.
to King, you're gonna get zoned out, and
I'm
even
zoning,
if you
I'm slowing the
know
match
it,
down.
even
I'm
if you
slowing the
know
match
it,
down.
it ain't gonna
It's-
help you. You
It
gotta
ain't gonna
pay
help.
attention. You gotta pay attention
Yep.
because this man will wall you out. He's done it to
I
me,
will
even
zone
when I knew that shit was coming.
and I will not feel bad about it at all.
Yeah, you should not. You should not at all. One bit. You earn
Hit you with
you earn all the
the
work you put in with
GGs.
that character. You know what I mean?
I try to either that or I try to take Vanessa as far as I can, just do as much damage, and that's always fun playing Vanessa and just going ape shit.
Yeah,
Just
man.
running through characters.
Getting that character knowledge. You know, people like,
Oh,
what does
yeah.
Vanessa do? Boom, overhead. Oh shit.
Like, I thought Oki was the only one that played Vanessa. Surprise, motherfucker! I play it too. Yeah, shout out Luna. Shout out Dick too. Dick was the first person I ever played against in KOF.
Oh yeah.
Damn, you start off with him.
Man, that
Yeah,
must have
no,
been rough.
technically, if like first KOF overall, like 14 was Dick. 13, I played.
Ooh,
I think, and I remember Purist told me, he was like, he whooped my ass, and I'll never forget this. He said, yeah, I'm not gonna play. Just learn how to play the game and practice. And yeah, when he told me that, it was so funny because it seemed harsh, but I took that to heart, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn the game. He probably has no recollection of that conversation, but I remember that was like 2019, I think 2020.
Damn.
God damn,
Like
that's a while
he
ago.
whooped me and said, learn the game. Like he just flat out said, just learn the game. Because he could tell I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to do shit. And he just said, yeah, take some time and learn the game. And I did. And so when I play him in KOF 14 and I can get a match off against him, that makes me so happy that I've like can do that now. And the same with Dick. Like now with Dick, if I can get a match off against him, I'm happy about it. Now, granted, 9 times out of 10, he gonna whoop my ass. But if I can get a match off against him, then that lets me know, okay, I'm closing the gap somewhat. I'm actually closing it. Because him and Purist was like my demons, as people say, for people you can't be. Like, they were my demons. And they still are, for me. I'm closing the gap slowly but surely. So
Yeah.
that made me happy.
That yeah, definitely from watching you when you started, then when you start playing now, it's like, yeah, you're fundamentally like improving the game. Of course, you already know yourself. There's a lot of things to
Oh yeah,
work
for
out on,
sure.
and
Yeah.
I mean, you're pretty much at the right path because you're hungry, you're growing. Like to be like, the only thing that I think what you need to do more though, like I feel like I think you should reach out to like playing like to like what oh like to like Nate, Dick, me, or whoever, and just play and talk to us. Like I feel like you're just missing a little certain thing, to be honest. And there's one thing you do need to work on yourself. Like from what I could tell you, you need better combos. And I
Yeah, for
think
sure.
if you could really get those two things down, like just practice it, like slowly get used to asking us questions, actually be
Mhm.
like, okay, I'm gonna learn a 1 bar Vanessa combo that I could keep, or like not one, like two, right? Because it could be
Yeah.
corner carry or mid screen to the corner, and then of course your corner combo may change depending on your characters, and just
Mhm.
learn something like that with 1 bar, then 2 bar, and just keep it simple, and just make sure like you have that ingrained into
Yeah.
your muscle memory where you can always rely on it. You will take more games. Same thing with like all your other characters and stuff like that. Just work on strictly that. I will guarantee you may, like, instead of like you could say you got like 1 out of like 10 games off of Dick or Nate, for example. Just like learning to land your optimal combos will guarantee you at least 2 to 3 more games. Because at the same time, like you're actually getting your damage, you're getting what you're rewarded with during the neutral, and then like when you're actually able to deal damage, it can also play a little bit of mind games and say, okay, I have to be careful, I have to respect that now, and that
Yeah.
just layers a certain part of conditioning.
For sure. Yeah. That's been like one of my top things I need to work on is uh mixing up my offense, uh expanding my damage, because I remember you telling me that to expand my combos and actually try to maximize it, is what you told me specifically. Try to maximize the amount of damage I can get. And I realized that too. Like I don't get the most out of it. Like I'll go back and watch tournaments I was in and you or someone else was commentating, and I would constantly hear like, Decepy could have got a bit more out of this, or he could have got that, or he could have killed off this, and I'm like, yeah, I could have killed off that. So I've been working on that and trying to practice certain combos or just anything that help improve, but specifically those two things. And yeah, even that alone is still fun though. Like that's fun. Just the journey of it.
Oh yeah, definitely. You land a
Yeah.
combo that you can't land, and then like you spend like an hour. It's like, oh shit, I finally got
Yeah.
it. It feels good.
Yeah.
It feels hella
Yeah.
good. I ain't gonna lie.
It's so funny too when I watch the old VODs and I'll miss something and I'll hear you say it's like, oh yeah, I know he's kicking himself for that one. He's gonna go in practice mode and see why that didn't work.
Hell yeah, man.
And it's
you
funny
got
because I actually do that.
it. Nah, we
I'm
all
like,
go through the same thing. All
oh
go
my
through
god damn it, he was right. I'm in practice mode right now. He's like, damn, he was right. Yeah, it's cool though.
Yeah, I think we've all been there where you like have a match where you're like, fuck, I dropped that shit. I'll be right fucking
Yeah.
back. I'm gonna kick your ass, bro. You don't even know.
Yeah, it's
I
like
gonna
you know
drop the
better.
reset this time.
I would say the biggest thing in that situation isn't the fact that you dropped a combo. I would say the most important moment is like, oh shit, I dropped a combo, but what to do afterwards. Like I dropped a combo and then there's a moment where you could either just be stunned that you dropped it and not move or do anything, and then you get blown the fuck up, or you can be like, oh, I dropped it, move on to plan B. Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That split moment is very important.
Me and Sanchez have some fun little like labbing streams we'll do where we'll just sit in like Discord together and we'll bring up a character and I'm like, hey, let's talk about this situation real quick, and then I'll be like, so if I'm Benny and I do this and I get the hit and I don't recognize it because I'm going for an OS, this is the situation that happens next. So what do you think we can do from here? And we just like kind of theory craft and like come up with like some cool shit. Like I did think we did some with Chin too, you know, how he had some like cool like roll stuff. Like we practiced like his point chin and all that stuff. Yeah, dude, those are some of the most fun nights I have. I definitely like, if you guys at home want to see that kind of stuff, like where we do that, like that shit is me giving you 100% of my knowledge. Let me know if you guys want that. in the future. But man, that stuff helps me level up so much. Like, I found out so many situations where, like, you know, OSs will throw people the wrong way, or ways to just modify things just very ever so slightly, like just to make your opponent bend to your will, or all that kind of stuff.
That's a good idea. That's really a good idea.
Yeah, me and you should do one sometime. Like, we should just pick the characters and go into it together. Maybe we'll pick us sometime within the next 2 weeks. I'll let you know my schedule, but we can plan that out. Oh yeah, so, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna ask about did they reveal a silhouette for this week or no?
I'm actually gonna check Twitter right now. Oh wait, no, it's Tuesday, right? Tuesday is when they do it.
Tuesday?
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is a Monday.
Tomorrow they're gonna have it.
I wasn't sure if they were gonna skip a week or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. No, I think they might release it tomorrow. They haven't said it. They'll let us know tomorrow, 5 minutes before the trailer or the silhouette would come out. So at least they give us that much heads up. K-Dash.
I haven't seen a trailer for him at all.
Man,
anything.
Yeah, they showed him off first, and they're like, everyone wait, his glasses aren't done.
But everybody else got shown. That was in an announcement trailer, but him.
Yeah. Oh man, he wasn't in the announcement trailer either?
I mean, like when the game first got revealed, he was in the trailer, but like everybody else that was in there had their trailers shown.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Benimaru, Kyo, Meitenkun, Shune.
Man, they're trying to shatter your expectations right here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Pretty much all the characters the characters I play are already in, except for Mature.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what they're gonna do with her and Vice. I think Lou is still here. You know, your girl, Vice. We don't know what she's gonna do.
Can I get some Kyo faces in the chat for Lou?
I'm still holding out that they're gonna pair them two up with Rugal.
With Rugal? Oh man, yeah. Prohibito? I'm down for Prohibito.
I'm so hoping Rugal is in the game. Even if he's not a playable character, just have him in the game. Like just something, because everybody's being brought back, so just put him in.
Yeah, right. It's almost when they said shatter all expectations and they started like announcing rollback and all that other stuff. I did not expect them to only say 39 fighters. I was expecting like some Smash thing, like everyone is here, just with how how grand they were doing it. And like, I'm not disappointed or nothing, but I was like, man, that would be like the one thing that would kick it over the top, right? Like fucking boom, 100 fighters or however many it was.
I think maybe they have a plan down the line, but like to expand it like a lot, depending on how this goes, the longevity of the game, like the support for it, which I assume they're gonna support the hell out of it. So
you can look at the like what Street Fighter's doing now and Tekken's doing now, right? They're not releasing a new iteration of the game every month or like every other year. They're like expanding on it or releasing like the arcade edition, or the season pass is like a free upgrade with something else, and then you have to buy the characters. Like they're doing little bits of that over time.
To update it,
Yeah, so I hope that like also stays too, because man, I would not want to have to spend like a gangster amount of money on DLC to run tournaments, and then a new iteration of KOF come out like a few months later and it not like upgrade or something like that, or not a few months, but you get what I mean.
Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but I don't know who I'm gonna play like as far as a third character.
So who do you got again?
King and Vanessa, and they're in the game.
King and Vanessa.
Like, they get. Yeah, so now it's like, shit. I'm sitting here like, Mature might not get revealed, and I'm gonna have to pick a third character.
Damn.
And if that happens, I was thinking maybe Robert.
Robert?
I like Robert.
Robert's a classic.
Or maybe Yuri.
Robert. Yuri's cheap, but you should do it.
I like having a character with a projectile. Like Vanessa's the exception, but like I like having a projectile character.
Yeah.
It helps feel safe.
Yeah, I don't play projectile characters, and I need to. Not like
just
for
having
my
the
team,
option is great.
Yeah, exactly. Like having a character I can pull out of my back pocket of like, all right, I'm not dealing with whatever this dude's throwing at me. I need like a fireball to like throw him through a ringer. Let's play mini games.
Everyone has a Chris JCD.
Yeah, everyone has a Chris JCD. That's right. JCD.
That's a good point. I forgot about Orochi. Like damn, that's right. They're in the game now. So
yeah, you can play Shermie too.
Oh, Like, so many
Shermie.
people are gonna be playing Chris.
There's
And
Isla. I'm gonna be playing
Yashiro.
Isla down, or
All
I
right,
think
the
her
two
name is
new
Isla.
characters.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Splatoon chick,
yeah,
Graffiti
the Splatoon
Shunalis.
chick. Yeah, she did like a Splatoon character.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I'm stoked for her. What is the other one's name? Dolores?
I
Is that what it
I think
was?
so. Dolores. Yeah,
She looks super sick.
she looks cool. Yeah, yeah,
Yashiro looks pretty cool too. I like his design. Like and
yeah.
I you always get hype when someone screams La Yashiro.
I just hate his collar. Why does that
Oh,
have
the
a heart?
collar.
Yeah,
What you mean? Because
that's a heart on.
he's beating you with love. He's doing it, but just know he cares. But he's gonna punch you with the anime punch at the end.
Beating me with love, man. That sounds like
Yeah.
great.
That's hard
Hey
love.
man, it's love.
Tough love.
Still love. Tough love. You gotta learn. You gotta learn.
I might main Shiro. I don't know. I still don't even know who I have as a third yet.
Who you
I want
running?
to play. Of course, I'm running Terry and Keo, but
Oh, okay.
the third, yeah, I don't even know. It really all depends, actually. I'm probably looking at Yuri, maybe Luong.
Yeah, a little long, yeah.
I think
Other
I'm
than-
looking. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know. Other than that, I don't know. Maybe the one of the new chicks, maybe Chizuru. I don't know. Some hoe, man. I need a hoe on the team.
Damn. Battle Spectrum's whole team not even in the fucking game right now. Just thought about it. Like he said, Yamazaki, Kukri, Angel, and Chen. It's like
Oh,
none
man.
of them is like the only person
got
you
Yuri.
play really. He got King of Dinosaurs.
He's got
and
Yuri. He's got Rio.
Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah,
He's got Randy Savage. He's got oh man, Kukri hasn't even been finalized. That's right.
Yeah, Kukri hasn't been shown. Angel hasn't been shown. Chen,
Real talk, I
highly
think
doubt.
I would pick Kukri this time around on 15. I've wanted to learn him for a while because his mind games are sick,
Yeah,
but just the execution of it at first, at least when I first picked up the game, was a little like, mountain like. I didn't want to deal with that. But man,
Right.
I think that if Kukri makes it, I'm gonna probably play him. I'm gonna play Isla for damn sure. I think at least I'm gonna play her and see if I like her play style or if she's good or one of the two. There's a lot of times where I'll play a character even though they're like massive top tier, and I'm like, nah, fuck this. Like Broly, like I can't do that. Like I don't like playing that way. Like
I
not,
can't do that.
I just get bored. Like I'm sure I could figure it out and have more fun with it, but nah, give me
I
something
completely
else.
understand. Look, I play Goku Black from the beginning till now.
Hey
So
man,
I
mad
understand.
respect for you. I mean, that's a lot of
Goku
mental
Black,
damage.
Zamasu. Yep. So when they came out with that update, I was like, thank you. Finally, I have been asking to make him just even decent. And they was like, nah, we're gonna make him just godlike. I was like, thank you. It's like you didn't forget about him. He exists.
I have mad respect for people who play like their characters despite being like low tier, and like to me those players, they definitely like bring a lot of hype if they actually got tech. That's why I love
yeah.
watching people who play those kind of characters. Like everyone, like I mean, I understand, like right, like you want to win, you want to pick people.
Oh,
who are
yeah, you do what you
strong.
gotta do. Yeah, you do what you gotta do. You get the dub. Like I ain't gonna judge you.
Yeah, exactly. But if you want like huge amount of respect from like I guess like people who just like fans and other random spectators, you play low tier and you give yourself like a name with those, like at least like one character that's low tier.
Yeah. It's just for me, I tend to pick low tier characters, not even because they're low tier. I just end up liking the character. And then I get told, like with Vanessa, I get told, yeah, she's not that good, or too, yeah, she don't have her loops or her infinites. I'm like, oh, well that sucks. But she's fun, so fuck it, I'm gonna play her anyway.
Yeah.
But a lot of the top tiers I just don't enjoy. Like it just happened to be that way. I don't enjoy the top tier.
See,
So
I
you could
wouldn't
be a
like. I
dope
agree
character.
100% with that shit, dude. Like, I can enjoy Shune because I can be crazy with him, right? But I don't enjoy Hein because I feel like I have to play like. I mean, you can still be crazy, but like, I can't CD into air dash. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah,
That
it's
shit's just
exactly
too
what
cool.
Macho said. Like, if you don't enjoy the character, it won't matter. At least to me, it won't matter if the character is amazing. If I don't enjoy playing a character, I'm not gonna really feel like putting time into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus a character I enjoy. It's like, what's the point? Like, you can give me a top tier character, and if I don't bother to learn them, it's no different than a low tier, in my opinion, because I won't be able to use them.
That too, and your motivation to train with them is different too, right? Like for me in Trunks, everyone in like season 2 was like, this character sucks, and I 100% agree. But I was like, I really like this character, and I want to make it work, you know. Yep. And I spent all the time now, and now Trunks is a better character, and you know, I'm doing pretty well for myself. So it's just like you gotta spend some time and work your way as much as you can. Like, and you'll have, because okay, so I remember why I brought this up. So like, I spent so much time making Trunks good, but I had like Bardock and GT, and I wasn't even using them optimally. You know, I didn't care about them. I just knew that they made Trunks good. So like, I would focus everything I could on that one thing, and it's like that's kind of what you gotta do, is have that kind of passion for your character. It's like whatever your extent is, right? Mine's different than anyone else's too, but you get the picture.
Yeah.
One thing I do like winning with characters who are not like considered top tier. Like, I feel like from my perspective, I feel like if I want to beat characters who are better than my characters, I have to be fundamentally better than you, right? Like, I have to actually learn the game. I don't learn the cheap shit from the character. I actually have to learn the game. And I realized like when I started doing that, and when I started playing like, you know, other characters for fun, I was able to actually like, you know, still perform pretty well with like, you know, the top tier character. Because I feel like I just got better with like at the game in general, even though I'm specializing with like Terry and Q and stuff, right? But then when I pick someone like who is high tier, it's like it's so easy to adapt to them because you know all the cheap stuff already. You know how to like abuse it. Well, pretty much abuse the cheap shit one fundamentally, and I just feel like I'm becoming a better like KOF player in general. And I feel like depending on like, you know, in certain situations, like no lie, like I pick cheap characters due to like lag sometimes when I play against like 2-bar, and like the only reason why I get by with them in a way. Like, I know that I probably won't win with Terry and Q, because, like, I guess I got better fundamentally. I could just abuse their cheap shit, and it just works online. Like, especially, like, because that faster normals, better pokes and shit like that. But in general, like, it feels a lot better when you feel like you have to really work for your dub when you play, like, a low-tier character or, like, people who aren't, like, up there. Because, like, you worked a lot harder in general to win. And, like, fundamentally, it really pays off. Like, it feels good.
Yeah,
and
you get
just
that
getting better
spacing.
at the game in general.
You get better spacing all across the board, instead of like, oh, my EX button or like my special move can take up this much space and hit them.
Go
you're
across
like, nah,
the whole fucking stage.
Yeah, you're like, now I have to jump, bait them to jump, and then anti-air them to get my offense started. Like, you get like little stuff like that, and then you take that to a top tier character, and you're smoking fools.
Yeah, exactly. This reminds me of I was watching Yipes and Chris Matrix talk about Marvel 2, and Yipes was talking about how he played the I forget the name for it, but it was like a noob team, like pretty much everyone plays, and it's like, okay, this is the fundamental team that you play when you get into MVC2. You learn your fundamentals, the basics, and then once you get that down, like the low tiers, then when you move on to the top tier, you're golden. Like, now you can expand, now you can start experimenting and start adding your own flavor, because you know how the game works. Like, you understand this is how this goes, boom boom boom. Because when you lack certain perks like top tiers give you, and you have to work with just the most basic of that game with that character that's low tier, you get used to it. You understand, okay, I can't do this because I don't have this ability, or she doesn't have a DP, or she don't have blah blah blah. Then once you get that top tier, like Fatboy was saying, it's sky's the limit. Now you can go ape shit. Now you can start being ridiculous, because you already have that foundation. That strong foundation lets you go to the moon. And Sajam talked about this as well. Like sure, that person you're playing, they're probably like spamming buttons. They're just, you know, they got a top tier character, so they can just, you know, get away with crazy shit, and you wondering why you're losing, and because you're doing everything right, quote unquote, you know. And he's saying that person, are they gonna get far in ranked? Not really. They're gonna get to a certain point and just stagnant, because they didn't practice no fundamentals. They didn't even bother learning how to game. They just keep doing the same thing over and over and over until someone they face blows them up, and now they don't know what to do.
Yeah,
While
you're
you, on the
gonna
other hand,
eventually get enough
exactly.
points until someone starts blocking. You know, like
Yep,
there
someone's gonna be the
after
one
like
to stop you.
500k. You know, some of them get through still, right? Like with those top tiers,
Yep.
but like at like 500k in Dragon Ball, most
Yep.
people are blocking. You know, you got to start paying
Ultra
attention.
Instinct Goku. Here we go, boys.
Yeah, you know.
Time to guess. Oh, right. Speaking of Terry, shout out to SNK for putting Mark of the Wolves Terry
Yo, that is
in the game.
godlike. Yeah,
I was
that looks
so
sick.
happy. So, but this is my question for y'all. Because they did that, and they also teased the Leona thing, do you think they're gonna start like having costumes, like how Street Fighter 5 and other games have costumes, like from the All-Star mobile
All right,
game?
so take
think
what
that'd be cool.
take what I say with a grain of salt, because when it comes to like money decisions with businesses, I'm a pessimist. Like most businesses like that have to have a meeting to get their engineers to show up. Like, is this worth a
Right.
meeting or is this an email? So like when people are pre-ordering the game and getting the costumes and stuff, I think that's amazing. I think that is something that the company should definitely do, is make costumes for the stuff. But the only reason that I'm skeptical on it is look what they did for 14 and how little stuff that they put into it. That is the one expectation I don't want to shatter, I guess, is that they're going to load different costumes. I would absolutely fucking love them to put a lot of different costumes in. You know, like Shunei needs 1 to 2 different outfits other than just the pant leg and the kung fu outfit. You know, it gets old after you play for so long. And
Sure.
it would be great and amazing, but I'm not really holding my breath outside of like each DLC pack maybe holding 1 to 2 costumes, kind of like how they did classic Giori and Kyo, you know, like just something similar to that. That's what I think, but I'm a little pessimistic on it, I think.
The thing though, well, let's look at it like this. Let's compare like where SNK is now versus when 14 was out.
Yeah, because true talk, I wasn't there. Like when I wasn't even in the FGC when it was launched. Oh
Wait.
shit, they're in your garage? Goddamn.
Yeah, they
Fat
were
boy?
working in my garage.
Shit, I didn't know the lore.
Like,
Not bad, my fault.
They were
SNK
they were
now
working
is
and shit.
different.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure everything is better. They probably have smoother operation. Their team probably has it
Like
built
KOF
up.
All Stars has been going crazy. Like they collab with WWE. They did a collaboration with Seven Deadly Sins, Tekken, a fucking some other shit. Like the amount of costumes they have is insane. Like
Yeah, okay, I could see that now. I did not
back
think
then
of that.
they didn't have. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think around that time when 14 was coming out, wasn't too much going on with SNK as far as like mobile games or anything really.
Yeah,
It
and they
wasn't
just came off of 13 bankrupting the company, right? Or almost
so
bankrupting them. So it's probably
yeah,
like harder to make a risk. Okay, well
they
with
were
those in line, I could see.
yeah.
Yeah, that I'm a little more hopeful now. I think
I'm
they
not
might.
saying for them to have like super expensive, crazy priced stuff. Like no, I'm never for that. But like
Yeah, I don't want them to give me a
yeah.
$20 Chun-Li costume like fucking
No,
Street
no.
Fighter doing that shit. No.
But like we understand they're gonna have fighting games are gonna have costumes or little knickknacks, things like that, add-ons for the game. It's inevitable. And at this point I have to accept it. I'm like, cool, if you're gonna do it, I want to get the most out of it. So like if I could get cool costumes or a Vanessa in a baseball outfit like in the game in All Stars, or Queen of Hearts Vanessa, oh you damn right I'm finna pay money for that. You shit, I'm paying for that. Like give characters like give the game more personality, like give it more, like flesh it out, give it like more stuff to make it feel like the game is full versus 14, which let's be honest, it feels empty. The game
it's a very good shell. Definitely.
Yeah,
That's why I'm so happy.
It feels like a prototype.
It feels like a prototype for 15. Like it's what I'm seeing. Like that's how I feel about it.
It's like we were beta testing.
Yeah.
We were the beta test.
A very long beta test.
A very long beta test.
But yeah, like if the game gets a lot of player base and has a lot of interest like within the FGC, and if we have like I guess like big numbers to like solid numbers playing and not how it is like today, then I think there's a good chance it will be DLC outfits. But if like the game is like dead the way how it is, we're not gonna see shit.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
and I wouldn't expect them to. I wouldn't even be mad. Like they're a company at the end of the day. Like they need to make money. So from my point of view, like I know they see how people go crazy with Street Fighter. Hell, the fucking Yuri costumes. She won both. She won both costumes, like for the
Right.
competition. And people paid money for both of them. They went crazy for that. I know someone at SNK was like, we can do better than that. We have Angel. We have Luong. We have Shermie. Just put Shermie in a type of costume or something like that, and this shit is gonna sell.
Yeah,
just put her in a
give Vice
onesie.
a clown outfit. We know
Yeah,
one person will buy that.
Yeah, like they know what sells. We have the money. We have the technology. They can do this. They know what to do. They know what can sell. Like take costumes from SNK heroines. Hell, take costumes from Samurai Showdown or Last Blade. Do stuff like that, how Capcom do it, where they reference their other games. Or take costumes, like, they have a catalog of different games they can throw in costumes for. Like,
Oh hell
have
yeah, they do.
certain characters dress up like Haomaru, or have a Nakaruru costume, or what's that busty maid from Samurai Showdown? I forget her name. But have a costume like that for Shermie. Like, there's a ton of things they could do. Like
Yeah.
SNK, if you're listening, do this, and I guarantee you, I have friends that will buy your game. Hell, I have one now. He's only buying it for Shermie. He don't know nothing about KOF. He saw her. He was like, "Yep, that's all I need."
Yeah,
cool.
it's like it's so finicky, man. Like it's like such a small thing that if they do it, they'll get so many people like who won't even play the game. They'll just buy it because they're like, now I own the Shermie with a costume.
Yeah, it's
like,
always those people that's like, "Oh, that's my waifu, that's my girl." Use that to your advantage. If they want to claim these characters, damn it, have them buy the game and buy the costumes. Then, if they're not gonna play it, bet at least get the money out of them. That's how I'm
Right?
gonna think about it. Get
Hoes
the money out of them.
sell.
Exactly.
That's what I've been saying. Hoes fucking sell.
Every fighting game has that character where everyone's like, "Oh, that's my character," and then they play him and they don't like him. Biken is that character. Angel is that character. Jury is that character. Like people claim, "Oh, I love this character and that's my character," but like we know, not a lot of people play these characters for one reason or another. But we know the real reason why they like them. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So
Yeah,
hey,
they just want to whack off real quick.
yeah, they want the costume. They want to look at it, and it's like, hey, your prerogative. You bought the game, so you do what you want. Thank you for the money. So yeah, I'm hoping for costumes. I really hope for costumes. Like nothing gameplay wise, just non-gameplay stuff. I hope for costumes, cool stages. Like
I want non-laggy stages. Like I'm worried about that.
Yeah, that's
like
yeah, being able to play on a stage of your choosing. Yeah.
Like I love so many of the stages from 14. It's just like you play them and then you're online and you already have the lag in itself, and you have to deal with like the stutters from the train stage or the stutters from something else. It's mad dumb. I do like that blurry face on the cannon level, whatever it is. How like player 2's face is blurry. I think that shit's godlike.
I'm very hopeful. Bring back KOF 99 stages. That would be cool. Like if they have stages referencing other games or like just stages from previous games, I think that could pull in OG veteran players too. Like I feel like that would help too.
Yeah, it looks like the system is going to be broken up between that too. Sorry, that was a little tangent. We'll continue what you're saying.
Oh no, you're fine. I was just saying newer players obviously not going to know about no fucking stages from like KOF 95 and shit. But yeah, like that will help bring in older players and stuff that want to reminisce about the good old days. Or here go your stage right there. You can duke it out there and relive that.
There's going to be a lot too with like if EX moves anywhere or a thing, like as we're seeing, and you can then go into like an old 98 combo you used to do on the old 98 stage for that like little bit of nostalgia. Or maybe you're robbed of it and your expectations have been shattered in the wrong direction, and then that becomes whatever. But all publicity is good publicity, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Spectrum said the runaway one or the part that starts to rain after the third round. That'd be cool. Like, or have like stages where like certain effects start happening after a round or two. Like it goes from day to night, or it starts to rain, or things like that.
Bring
Or
me back the stage where Chin jumps off it at a different speed than the rest of the cast, so I can hit Sanchez round start with a meaty.
I saw a video about that. And I was like, that's fucked up.
It is fucked up.
I was like, that's extremely fucked up.
The fact
like,
that he's just smaller and a
this?
programming error just makes his hitbox come down a little bit slower than the rest of them.
The game was just like, hey, life isn't fair. You gotta hold that.
And he lose 80% of his life round start.
Yeah, I was like, that's fucked. Like, that's not even a fault of your own. You just gotta hold that.
Yeah,
like, yeah, at that point, you understand what you're getting into if you pick him. You can't even complain. You know what's up.
Yeah, learn how to deal with it and just get good. That's what I tell him all the fucking time.
Yeah, he said we have 4 stage references. Wait, so far we do? Wait, which ones? Let me see. Because we have the stage with the dragon statues. We have the rock stage, like the rock band one. We have the wrestling stage. That's the secret agent stage. Some of these I probably just don't know are references to older games.
Yeah, I never played the older KOFs. I only got into this one like, I don't know, 2 years ago or something like that. This was my first exposure to KOF.
The cafe one. I know that one.
The Pow Pow Cafe?
Yeah. Pow Pow Cafe. Yeah,
I love the Pow Pow Cafe. It's just a nice little.
That's my favorite stage so far.
13. Yeah, I put in the chat right there. Yeah, those are the stages we've seen so far.
Sound Beach from Fatal Fury, yeah, Lou's right. That one, that one's
King
good.
stage. I watched a video about was a reference, I think, from Art of Fighting, her stage. I think that's supposed to be.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's cool. That's pretty neat. Bring Duck. People been asking for Duck King for so long. Duck and Team America or Team USA Sports.
Oh yeah. Brian Battler.
I keep seeing the memes, bro. Every time there's a silhouette, yeah, I see him spinning. I'm like, God damn it.
And I would kill for Duck King. I love that character.
So let me ask y'all, or I guess FatBoi, since I guess you played the older ones, why do people like Duck King so much? Like, he's a cool looking character, but like, what is it?
Have you seen
like,
his sweat? Like, come on, man. Like his idol stands. Oh, he's just fucking moving.
How many KOFs has he been in? Like, has he only been in one? What? Oh my god.
That's a fan favorite right there.
That is a fan favorite.
And come on, man. His super is a command guy who throws you up and he does a freaking windmill. Aw, dude. It's sick, man. And he has a little fucking duck falling around. So you do a DP with ducking, you see like a bird doing like flips in the air and he drops down slowly. Dude, it's everything about that.
He looks cool.
Yeah, and his super was fun to do too. So it was like he has like a Rambo super, kind of like, you know how like Robert Rio, you do the quarter circle forward and half circle back, and he charges out and do a combo. His, you actually have to press the buttons, so it felt so fun doing it. So you hit like A, B, A, C, C, D, C, then you do like a DP. Well, you call it button E or blowback button, and you do the DP, and that's his finish. So like just playing the character in general, he felt fun. He was fast. He had like a very easy hit confirm. Just like, I don't know. I thought the character was cool as hell. And playing the character, it felt like very active. Like you're always pressing something, even just like when you're doing a super. It felt fun to play. You know? Like it cured my ADHD.
ADHD. Like I constantly see him like and he looks cool, like everything about him is cool. It's just I was wondering, like, damn, like people really like this character. Like he must have been in a couple KOF games. Even tell me he only been in one. What the hell?
Right.
And that one he made an impact. People were like, yep.
He felt fun. He felt like a good character to play. Like, you know, people did like him. Like I think he was like A tier on player 2 side. I don't know why. Maybe Rashikal knows. Like, because there's like.
Wait, on player 2 side? Wait, what?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why. I don't know why specifically, but I just play him because I like the character. He's just sick in general.
Do you always force player 1 side?
No, not really. I always like player 2 side in general when I play fighting games because like, so I'm weird this way, right? Like, if I play player 1 and I go to player 2 randomly, and like sometimes once in a while, like I feel like I fuck up like my inputs in a way.
I feel that. No, I know 100%. Yeah.
But for some reason, when I play player 2 and when I stop player 2 and like when I just warm up on player 2 side, my execution is more consistent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
So
like you're
just
working
something
up
I
the
notice
weaker
in general.
side, and then like when you go to the side you would do in training mode, it's already natural. So like when the surprise side switch happens, you're like, ah, shit, I practiced this shit ever. Ah, man, that's a good way to turn it around.
Yeah, when I play at tournaments, I said I want to play player 2 side, and then if he wants to play 2 side, I was like, I'm gonna do a fucking coin flip because I want to play 2 side.
Okay, yo, I have one more demand for 15. In training mode, let me pick fucking player 2 side. Thank you. That's it. That's the only other thing I want. I mean, give me more like usability in training, but like at least let me fucking pick player 2, because that is
choice,
right.
That having a reset. I'm still tilted. I'm still mad about that. I just pissed myself off thinking about it. When I first got in the game and I was trying to do these combos, I'm like, all right, I know I got to practice on both sides. You jump over the person, you run them to the corner, you run your setup, then you drop it. Then you're like, all right, let me reset this over. It like adds 7 seconds every time. And it's just like that ever little, so slight, like, man, fuck this shit. You know, I want to remove any little bit of bitch that I have that I'm throwing at this where I want to stop training. Just let me pick player 2 sides.
Right. I would love that, to be honest. Like, because I would always be, well, not always, but I'll say like good 60 to 70% of the time I would be playing player 2. Because I like working on that side. And then when it comes to like tournament play, I feel like my muscle memory will be built for it, and I should be dropping my combos. Because I don't know, like doing like certain things, like, you know how, for example, with Kyo, you do the first hit of the Rekka, then you do the DP cancel to Rochi. I could do it on player 1 side easily, but I choose not to opt that combo for player 2 side because I drop it if I don't practice it.
No, I do the same thing. There's some Shune combos I don't do if I realize I'm on player 1 side. Like, I have the same problem with like certain like conversions. And also I'm like more prone to dropping certain things on left side with Alice, you know? Like, I just need to get more practice doing that.
Yeah, so, you know, it's just different for everyone, right? So allowing us to practice our weaker side, I'm pretty sure if we're just gonna practice it for like literally like half a year, right? Like, it's gonna help a lot, like drastically for us.
Yeah, and we have the perfect amount like time too to grind here. Like okay, so this is a little bit of a tangent, but one thing that Sanchez and I were talking about for 15, I saw him super brief, and we talked about how like raw max mode might have a use in the next one, you know, like, because I mean, if you're gonna have a raw max activation and it's gonna lead to more damage, certain characters are going to probably have some strategies that might work in 15. So I've been kind of like playing around with different stuff, like what happens if I am Shune and I decide to go into raw max, and you know, I don't get the conversion power that you normally would off of a crouch B, but what else opens up? Where can I be more scary than a crouch B? And I discovered that if I time to someone's rhythm, like when they're trying to press a button, if I Tiger Knee air dash, I can eat the button press, they're whiffed, and then I get a D into a stand C and then into 3 EX moves. So, and that's if I set it up off of a knockdown or if I set it up off of something else. And I still get the roll OS because I can convert into super if I really need to. But it's a practice thing. And like, I never really thought about it until I found that like it was going to be a possible practical use in 15. So I think that might be interesting to just look at, you know, and like discover. I don't even know if it's going to change anything because like, you know, you're going to be able to use EX moves anywhere, but who knows? You might get like 4, 5, 6. I don't know. It's all speculation.
It really depends. Maybe the meta shift will change, and maybe people will be like, oh, you know, I could just pop max mode and I get like literally this amount of meter. And let's just say, for example, mature, right? Like I say it may benefit her because she or her and Hayden, you could say like them popping max mode and they throw the EX fireball. You could technically say like it's pretty much almost their turn, right? Like, or pretty much it is their turn because once that fireball comes out, they're gonna run at you and they're gonna take their turn and they're gonna be aggro and they're gonna be at your face. It may benefit those characters a bit more, to be honest. But it could also be a little different too because now we have the Shatter Strike, right? And when people say, "Oh, you pop raw max mode, you want to try to take your turn?" Okay, I see this fireball. Oh, I'm gonna like try to like backdash a few times that this fireball hit me here, and let's see you move in. And then they'll be like, "I have a feeling you're gonna press a button." They're gonna Shatter Strike you. So you wasted 2 meter, and then the other guy wasted 1, gets half back, and he successfully like hits you. So to be honest, it really depends like how the options of the game is gonna be. Like it could be useful, but at the same time, like if they get hit by like Shatter Strike because they're trying to go ham by popping 2 meters for max mode, they may be discouraged like to continue doing so in like the future. So
yeah,
like
it's definitely a high risk thing for sure. It looks like it's going to be very high risk.
Yeah, because if the guy just has good block, what use is it? Unless like another thing, what makes mature scary, I believe, or is it mature when she does EX quarter circle back B and D? Is that a cross up? Like
is it well, I'm trying to think of it. It's the thing where she jumps through the
she
air.
runs and slash. No, she runs and does like a slash. And if you block the heavy version,
I want to say no. If you block it, you saying if you block it?
Well, not saying does it cross up? Like she does the EX version. You know how Hayden, when he does that run slash, it's a cross up.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing for Vice? So I'm just
Vice
saying,
or
like,
mature.
I mean for mature, my bad.
Okay.
Oh, it's not a cross.
Nah.
But yeah, or for example, it could be like Hayden or something like that, right? Like they have options to open you up. It's just we don't know if it's gonna. Another thing, what like determines what's gonna make it useful, I think. What do they get off of like certain mix-ups and like how well is the conversion, like off of it?
Yeah. Like it might be a good idea against certain matchups to use a stand B to punish a certain button and then go into quick max, because that's the only way to punish this outside of just like stopping it and resetting the situation.
And then like how what you guys said, like EX is gonna be anywhere in half a meter, so do you really want to pop raw max mode? You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, but I was just thinking, like, with the characters having EX anywheres, of course the properties are going to change, but it was just interesting to, like, have the thought experiment of, like, playing around, like, with Alice and Raw EX. Like, it's not a good idea in 14. Like, you're not building meter if you get hit. You're not really getting more damage if you do get the hit, but it's just been fun to play around with.
Yeah, I agree. But, yeah, it really depends on the characters, I will say. Because, like, if you have the life lead, right, and you're, like, freaking hider, and then like you have full health, anchor versus anchor, and the other guy has like only a quarter life left and you still have 4 meters. Shit, dude, like it may be useful, right? You're just forcing you're forcing situations now, right? Because these things pretty much just say, hey, I'm gonna force a situation, you have to play my game. And I say it will be worth it under certain circumstances and matches for sure.
When you can force a situation, I think that's where shit gets scary. It's like, okay, now I decide what's gonna happen. Now you gotta guess. This is what we're doing. It's like I did this now. It's time to guess.
Yeah, all layers of conditioning, but I mean that'll unfold itself, as time comes up. But it's fun to speculate. That's what talking and podcasts is about. Just talking random shit with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. I'm gonna get ready here to wrap up the podcast. Before we go, just want to say thank you to everybody for coming in here today. Our last topic, I think, we'll talk about is just I want to know specifically from you, Decepy, like, how do you think that the beginner tournaments have influenced you as a player, and stuff like that? Like, I'm gonna say my piece after mine, but I want to know how you feel about the beginner tournaments, entering as someone who hasn't played before and stuff like that.
I got you. All right. For me, the beginner tournaments are super helpful and like super important. It showed me, for one, it helps for me to see like, okay, I'm not the only person on this planet that decided to pick up this game and give it a try. Everybody isn't 20 years plus into the series. There's actual people, either around my level or a little bit of, above me, but somewhat close enough, it's tangible, right? And that helped a lot. Just the fact of seeing other people that picked up the game maybe a bit before me helped encourage me to be like, okay, I can get better at this game and improve and not feel like I'm just gonna get washed every single time I play somebody, because that it takes its toll. It takes its toll on you getting whooped by players that's been playing the series for 20 years or whatever, way back since '95 and whatnot. The game older than you, so it helps. Like it really helped, and it helped encourage my need to improve. It helped me feel like, okay, I may have not done well this tournament, but then there's a next one coming up, so I can see how well I do that time. And in the meantime, play this person, boom, 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 have our little sessions, and then so on and so on. So it's like a progress report. You see a trail that you're leaving, just seeing your improvements. That's pretty much my take on it. Like it helps a lot. Like I guess people probably don't think too much of beginner tournaments for a game, especially if the game has been around for a while now.
Yeah.
But I really do feel like that's super important. Like whenever I get into a new game, like granted the game may not be new itself, it may have been out for a couple years already. I ask right away, like, do y'all have like a beginner section, or y'all have stuff for like beginner tournaments or anything? Because that helps. Like it helps me understand like that people are still interested in this game or still want to get into it. Because that could be a barrier. If you don't have that and you have nothing but just fucking badass players just going ape shit against each other, and then here's some fresh meat and they just tear you apart. It kind of discourages people. So yeah, I feel like beginner tournaments are super important and has helped me a lot.
Yeah, man, I share a lot of the same sentiment with that, like not to repeat what you said, but like to add on to, I think like with all of like the competitive drive that it's given me personally, like from fighting other people who are around my skill level or people who I actually have a hard time fighting, but it's not like unwinnable. It's if I make the correct decisions here and I put myself in the right situations, I can come out on top. And
right.
The pressure of that from doing the first few, I think, like, because I didn't enter the beginner tournaments with any hopes of like at least right off the rip of winning. Like I entered it with using it as a benchmark of seeing like, all right, where are all these other beginners and where am I? And just slowly over time, through working with FatBoi, through playing matches with Dick, with shout outs to Party Barge who just showed up, and everyone playing with me over time and just talking to me about mentality and sets and other stuff. Like it was the perfect ecosystem for me to start growing and having this competitive drive over the course of all the tournaments. Cause like you get so tired. Like I don't know how to explain to people tournament nerves outside of like when you understand that you're trying to win and you're going to try to win, you're putting a certain amount of effort towards each and every one of your decisions, the emotional attachment that you have to those decisions and the weight of that.
Like you're invested, like you're super invested in it.
And being as invested as you are, it's hard to see where you're going wrong and where you're doing things like improperly, because it could be 3 steps back. You got hit with the fireball, but the only reason you got hit with the fireball is round start you decided to backdash and he felt safe to throw it, right? Like there's little stuff like that people didn't see and I didn't see until I started doing this kind of stuff. But back to the endurance part, like I always gassed out, and I still think like in the last tournament I gassed out in grand finals. Like I was out of steam. I fought as hard as I fucking could through the entire tournament and I still gassed out in a beginner tournament where I was giving it my all, where everyone had a chance to take me out, where I was worried about every single person in the bracket. it's a different experience than when I was going to Wednesday night fights and playing against like Super Noon and Subatomic Sabers, knowing I was going to get destroyed in Dragon Ball. Like, it's just, all right, I'm just going to try to take a character. All right, I'm just trying not to get hit. All right, it's completely different mentality. And having everybody who thinks like that as well at the same time, like it just creates the best ecosystem for learning and being there for people who are there. Like, I don't know, man, I would truly say like this kind of shit is like blessed my life, you know.
Oh yeah,
I feel like a
100%.
much more sound and level decision making because of, you know, confronting my demons in match. Like, yes, I'm getting mad during the middle of the set and it's something I have to get over. Like, I may have all of this OS stuff down, but this dude gets less mad than you do and it makes it easier for him to execute. It's like, you know, you have to think of these things. Anyway, but that's my take on it, is like it creates a great ecosystem and it's fun as fuck to run through a bracket as hard as you motherfucking can, knowing that like you have a chance against every single person there. And like it's something that needs to be protected for sure.
For sure.
All right, and then my one last question is for FatBoi. Now you're sitting out on the ring side of these things. You've commentated so many tournaments. You've even reviewed all the tournaments you've commentated with me, and we've put them on YouTube together. So I could say if anyone is sick of this kind of stuff, you would be. But I want to know from the outside in, what do you think these beginner tournaments are doing for the ecosystem you've been a part of for a really long time? Like, we're new here, right? So like, but what does this kind of stuff change that you see? Like, I want to know.
One thing I do notice, like, it really is not everyone, right? It's like, because, you know, some people join, they never come back, or some people keep playing, they do it for fun.
That's the nature of the beast.
Yeah, exactly. Then there's also people who come in, and when they play, they get hungry. Then you see people like improve, like, you know, you and Decepy yourselves, right? Like, you guys are just coming in, you know, you guys are doing research, you guys are training. I see improvements here and there. So I think that's what it's pretty much doing, right? Like, getting you guys hungry. Hopefully you guys have us, like, because the thing is, like, I feel like you can't keep getting, like, how we talked about earlier, you can't keep getting squashed. Like, you know, like you're like hot garbage and learn something. You can't learn too much from it, but you can learn certain things. And it's just like when we start putting you at people who we think that's close to your level, like, it gives you a chance to, like, you know, put yourself on that shitty spot and try to see what you could do out of it. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, like, dude, okay, you couldn't land combos in the previous one, you just land a few pokes and it's like, okay, next thing you know, like, I just saw you like 2 weeks later and you start, or like 2 months later, start playing the tournaments, like, oh, you got fucking combo. Okay, now you're doing damage. Like, it's giving you guys that you know, that play space where, you know, people of Valley King can't just come in and take your money and shit on everyone.
Just
you
fucking wreck the shit out of you.
It's like, GG easy, bro. You know?
Yeah, I was getting smoked by Crazy Salvi last night. It felt like that.
Yeah, right. So it's like that. Just giving you guys a place to try to do your best and do your best against players around your level, so it seems a bit more fair. It makes, and another thing, what I love about it, like, I mean, it's fun to commentate those, because, like, it's actually a good match when you guys are actually beating each other to freaking death, and, you know, like, you and Party Bars, for example, you get what I'm saying? It's because, like, we have something to work on, instead of saying, yeah, you know, fucking Violent Kane, his pokes is immaculate. You get hit by
he was super safe with this, and then he really anticipated that DP there, keeping it really safe and really measuring out the that type shit.
Because I'm only talking about one person doing so well, while I'm like, well, this guy, he got mopped. What do you want me to say?
What the fuck more do you want me to say? You saw what happened.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what it is, right? Like, that's why we have all the supplementary stuff too, to like help the people out who have questions and stuff like that. Like, the ecosystem is fucking amazing that we've been building here. Like, I don't know, I feel like anytime I've needed support, I've gotten it, like, immediately. Like, man, I love this community, man. I hope you guys know that.
I'm pretty sure you guys have hype when you guys commentate matches that are closer than just one guy getting squashed.
I mean,
So
yeah, and that's with anything, especially like sports, for example. And like, no one wants to go to the Super Bowl and see a blowout. That's boring as shit. Or
right.
anything. Like that's whack. I would be pissed. I'm like, what the hell are you gonna comment say? Oh wow, the so and so's are up by 30, and it's the second quarter. It's gonna be a long one, folks. It's like,
right.
like, it's just boring. But yeah, the closer the matches, the better. Like,
Yeah.
those are always more fun.
And what I'm hoping is that, like, you know, when we're able to display what we're doing for the community, and this is why like 14 is good practice for, you know, for us to do so. And I'm so happy that you guys come in and be a part of the community, because like without you guys, it literally, like, you know, there won't be no growth. And maybe like you guys could be like the people of our like product, for example, like could show like, man, this is fun, you should come here, you're gonna level up, they're gonna help you out, and things are just gonna be better. If you like KOF, this is a spot to be. And you know, that's what I'm hoping, that like as we keep getting better at what we're doing with KOF 14 till, you know, of course 15, we're hoping what we do could grab people's interest, and like hopefully those new people who want to come in and learn. I just want to build a community, so like, so if we keep getting people to stay, we're just gonna have more online players, and it's just, you know, gonna be better that way, instead of like playing, hey, the top players I'm always gonna be playing is fucking Violent Kane and iDash. No disrespect to them, I love them, but you know, I want to be able to get whooped by like fucking someone like El Rosa or something. Like, keep having like, you know,
I want variety.
Yeah, I want variety. You know, I want a variety of new players. I want like variety of like, you know, like players joining, so we could make more friends, build up a stronger community, and hopefully everything just takes out better in there.
Yeah, we're gonna have ton of beginner, intermediate, and even like open bracket tournaments coming out when 15 comes out. So y'all seriously keep an eye out here, because
there's gonna be so many Twitch streams of people like hosting their own tournaments and people just trying to game out. Like, I'm really looking forward to just seeing that. That's gonna be great.
Yeah, so I hope. I know I took a break, but I want to. Damn, you know, I want to do more. But I think I think maybe it's probably gonna be next year that I think I will probably be able to be more frequent of what I want to do.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
So my plan is, because I know, you know how it is, like once it hits fall, because like there's all fucking September babies, November babies, and December babies. There's too much of you guys, dude. Like, you guys gotta stop fucking and having babies in those months. But and so family friend stuff is gonna come in soon for me, of course, you know, the holidays. But I do wanna stream more. I might have to find a better day. Seems like Saturday, a lot of things happen on Saturdays now, so I might start doing Sundays. I want to do more KOF streams. Maybe I'll switch it up from PC to well, I could switch up from PC to console easily. What I want to do, I want to build up like not like, I guess like people who have interest in my stream, and I want to throw it out there. It's like, hey, you know, I want to do first to fives. I want to play first to fives again. I actually had a blast doing those streams, actually, even though like they're long and grinding, but it'll help me level up a lot. And I feel like if I could get people who want to level up and take the game seriously again, because it seems like everyone's having that spot. You want to first to five someone like around your level. Like, I'm just hoping I could like you know, like what's it called? Know more people, get to know more people, becomes like friends with more people who play KOF. So that way, I could like throw matches at you guys. I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna do a stream. I'm gonna start being, maybe make it a little bit more active on Discord. No hostility or anything like that, but if you guys want to call people out, you guys want to play against each other, set it up, and you guys want to play on stream like a first to five, like, let's do it, man. Like, you know, if you guys want to like have people review your VODs and how you guys can improve, I want to make it where you guys are learning at the same time. Like, people who are learning the game, people who want advice, and you guys are like, course, around to beginner to intermediate level. Maybe that could be a chance to just like play and see what you know, what we think about it, how like we could help you out to improve. You know, so hopefully I could bring that back. And then, of course, I'm gonna start being active. I think I'm gonna be active with tournaments again. I think I'm gonna call Yuri and Friends Fight Club I may do it on the 2nd of October.
Okay.
So that'll be a month from here. So it gives me time to stop being a freaking fat ass, make a freaking poster, throw some hoes on it, and throw it out there on freaking Twitter.
Yeah, and if you guys want a tournament series, I have one cooking in the works. You just gotta let me know. I can throw it up quicker than before. I can throw it up this month if you want.
Ooh. Oh yeah, and another thing is that like if Party Barge is down, maybe we could do a PS4 version within the same month.
That shit would be sick. Yeah, dude,
So,
we got some
to
planning
Yuri
to do for sure.
Yeah, I need to get off my lazy fat ass and start working on these things. But yeah, hell yeah, Party. Don't do a.
Oh, your mic cut out right there, buddy. Oh, FatBoi's gone. Uh-oh. You hear his voice. He got dragged into the abyss. Like he went, oh, hey,
But
welcome
yeah.
back.
My bad. But yes, PS4 version of Yuri and Friends if you're down. We could name it something else, but hey, man, you know, we could call it King and Friends or some bullshit. And
King and Country? Bro, King and Country is the name. I even have the poster for it. I even have the poster for it already made it. Bro, man, how hard is this going to be to pull up on stream? Because I've already made the fucking poster. Oh, man. You guys keep talking. You need to fill time while I find this.
Oh,
Gotcha.
But yes, and I mean, I'm still down to do 2 beginners tournament, right? Or you want to do your PS4 beginners tournament? I'm always down to help out, dude. It'll be legit, you know. And hopefully, like we get more people to play with, showcase more newer players and all that. We gotta build this KOF community and keep it going.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, once this game comes out, a lot of people are gonna be on this. That's the most important moment. The first couple weeks, yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of salt, a lot of craziness coming out over the next few months. You know what I mean? But or over the first month or 2 of the game releasing, and that's where we really gotta just hunker down as best as we can and just help out all the newbies that legitimately want to learn. Oh yeah, so if you guys tune into the stream real quick, you'll see this poster I made a while ago.
Nice.
Wait, what is
this? Is so when you said this a while ago, right? I was like, I need to practice my graphic design skills because I'm gonna be throwing tournaments and stuff. This was during the time during that arc where Elky was trashing Party's art and Party was like, I'm not making come up art. You know, okay, shit, my bad. All right, we'll get some stuff made real quick. So I was practicing. I sent this to Sanchez and I got an LOL. Yeah, oh yeah, the very bottom. For those of you guys who don't know, the Meat District is a very exclusive meat brand that looks like it was made in the 80s. Decepy, oh man, we got to initiate you on that. Party will probably fill you in. Oh man, but yeah, so King and Country. I had the name wrong, I guess, but yeah, there you go. Totally not a hentai. Go Google it. There you go. Just remember that. Don't ever Google it. All right, we're gonna hide this forever. But yeah, so that's the King and Country. We can run that for PS4. No, but I want to have a tournament series that's open bracket. But the initiative that I want behind it is if you are a beginner or you aren't even a beginner, even if you're better than me, who cares? I want to offer the service of reviewing your VOD for you and helping you out any way I can. I may not be the best player, but I can sniff out, offensive weaknesses. I play really deep into the frame data. You know, like your issue might be you're moving before the interaction is even a problem. You know, so like just stuff like that.
Speak from your experience, man.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
experience
exactly.
In general, yeah, exactly. Like you're gonna be able to talk about your experience, and trust me, dude. Like I learned that like when I talk about my experience, and more I do talk about my experience, like it seems like it latches on to people more. It's like, yeah, it does feel like that way, or yeah, I do see that, and it helps, man. When you speak about your experience and like what you think a similar situation, it may give other people like an insight. You know,
Yeah.
what's
So
going on.
I wanna offer that to everybody. Thank you, Fat Boy, for
no problem.
bolstering me up, man. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so I do have some knowledge and some wisdom to share. I can get you to the beginner steps and a little bit beyond. So if you guys want your VODs reviewed during the sets, the whole point is an open bracket, so it's anyone can participate. There's no cutouts, kickoffs, anything like that. I haven't decided on pricing or anything like that yet, but I'm working on developing this tournament series to get people ready for 15, and it's mainly going to be focusing on just highlighting everyone who's been grinding. And we'll figure out the connection stability and all that kind of stuff too. Oh man, I showed that picture and Twitch chat is just going the fuck off, man. Wow. KOF podcast talk at the Meat District. This is amazing. Oh man, but yeah, dude, I'm really stoked. Sorry, go ahead.
You should get you should get like a background picture and a green screen. And you throw yourself in the back of the Meat District when you stream.
Yo, that would be kind of hype. Dude, when I get a green screen, I have so many ideas of what I'm going to do. It's just not on the highest priority list because I'm trying to get this local thing squared away. Oh, by the way, I should have everything squared away for KOF locals in October. We just need people. So if you're here listening and you're in SoCal and you want to play KOF, I have a spot for you to play offline, but you got to be cool. I don't fucking want to get randos right off the rip, but we're building a place for people to train and for people to get better. So absolutely.
Hey, about those crazy people, you come in, you're not cool, that's what they say, you're gonna get the boot and get shot, kid.
Yeah, Fat Boy's gonna shoot you in my house. I got my personal guard. Oh my god, that fucking made me laugh.
Not at your pad. Your pad is sacred, dude. Fuck that, man.
Yeah, my house is a sacred place. It's a place of zen and learning, and then shit talking, keeping it in game. But I love that shit, man. We had so many. Okay, so short tangent, and I think I'm gonna get ready to wrap up the stream. But the last event that I had some people over for Dragon Ball that never played the game before, and everyone was being super nice on the mic. Like, no one was being mean. Like, I was like, these are my nephews. Like, they're just getting into the game. And then I hear from my family, like, the next day, like, yo, I heard Ashton got washed. He got fucking destroyed. I'm like, man, you guys talk to people like this? Like, what the fuck, man? I guess you're a kid. They're like, I know. He got fucking smoked. I was like, what do you want him to do? Lock himself in the room for a game he doesn't play more? Like, I don't know. Well, we have fun, dude. Like, but it was a good time. No one was being mean to him on the mic or nothing like that. It was just a very pleasant experience. Everyone got rowdy when grand finals started kicking up. Man, it's just a good fucking time. You guys, I don't have to explain to you what locals are like. You guys fucking know. Like, locals are some of the best shit you guys can have. So I'm just excited that I'm able to bring that kind of stuff to SoCal now.
Yeah, definitely. Just don't be a little bitch and you're Gucci.
Yeah, man, please don't. You come to my house and try to smoke crack, I'm gonna fucking kick you in the face. I'll do yoga so I can be more flexible to kick. Like, and I'll do it. I'll spend a year.
Sanchez will choke him out and I'll shoot.
Yo, all right, yeah, I'll kick him. Sanchez will hop in on the triangle, and then after they're out, we'll like back off, and then you could get your 1v1. You know?
When they're already down.
Yeah, when they're already down, already choked out. You just gotta call your A and B assist, dude. Oh man. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight, Decepy. It was a pleasure having you on here. I'd love if you would join us once in a while in the future. I'll keep you posted. Yeah. It was a pleasure having you here.
I appreciate it. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, Fat Boy, thank you so much for joining along on this venture. Appreciate you being the ride or die here. Being my backup always. Keeping me in line. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that. So tonight was excellent. I had a lot of fun. I hope everyone at home is having a good time too. ! Discord right here. That'll lead you to my Discord server where I'm posting information about local events, posting. I guess I need to get better at posting my streams, but my stream schedule will be up there pretty soon. I'm getting everything squared away right now. Just a process of getting adulthood and life back together in a row. So, post-pandemic life. And then I have my YouTube here where I'm going to be uploading these podcasts in the future, and I'm going to be hosting a plethora of KOF content, beginner content, and really stuff that's like trying to bridge the gap between beginner and intermediate play and all those little nuances that we're going to be discovering throughout the tournament. So if you want to be in that stuff in the future and you want to be part of all this stuff, like just seriously join in on these tournaments we're doing over the next few months. Join in on the learning sessions that we're offering. Come in, get smoked by Decepy's Vanessa, and then ask him a question. But remember, you got to ask him a question or he's still going to do it.
Yep, I won't say shit. If you don't say nothing, I won't say something. There you go.
Yeah, definitely. I always ask questions, man. The community is always helpful. The show, just don't be a little twat and all that good stuff, and we'll get along, man.
All right. Well, y'all have a blessed evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, and hope you guys are just as stoked at KOF 15 as we are, and we're looking forward to seeing this next week. Same time, same location. Haven't thought of a cool little rhymey thing yet, but we'll work on it. Peace!